The fragile truce in the US-Canada trade dispute has collapsed, shattering months of cautious optimism between the two nations. Tensions that had been simmering beneath the surface have now erupted into a full-blown crisis, catching many by surprise. Today, October 26, 2025, former President Donald Trump abruptly halted all trade negotiations with Canada, not over a new policy proposal or a failed meeting, but because of a single TV ad that aired in Ontario. The ad, which ran during prime time, became the unexpected flashpoint that derailed months of painstaking diplomacy. The ad criticized protectionist trade policies, calling them harmful to both Canadian and American workers. Trump saw this as a direct attack on his America First agenda, interpreting it as a personal affront and a challenge to his leadership style. His reaction was swift and uncompromising. This sudden move has thrown the entire North American auto industry into chaos. Manufacturers are scrambling to adjust, and millions of workers now find themselves in limbo, unsure about their future. The uncertainty is rippling through supply chains, dealerships, and communities that depend on cross-border trade. Months of behind-the-scenes work to resolve auto tariffs, which had involved countless hours of negotiation and compromise, are now wasted. The sense of progress has evaporated, replaced by confusion and frustration as uncertainty reigns over the industry. Trump's reaction to a single ad highlights just how volatile and personal these negotiations have become. It underscores the unpredictable nature of high-stakes diplomacy, where even a brief television segment can upend international agreements. The economic fallout could soon hit families on both sides of the border. Higher prices, job losses, and shuttered businesses are looming possibilities, threatening the livelihoods of countless people. As uncertainty grows, many are left wondering when, or if, stability will return to North American trade. What exactly was in the ad that ignited such a dramatic diplomatic crisis between two close neighbors? Ontario's government released a television spot defending the importance of open trade, while also warning about the dangers of protectionism. The message was clear: economic cooperation is vital, and barriers could hurt both sides. The ad featured a clip of Ronald Reagan, the former US president, cautioning against trade wars. This was a pointed message, especially in the context of President Trump's aggressive trade policies and rhetoric. President Trump interpreted the ad as a foreign government interfering in US domestic politics. In response, he abruptly shut down ongoing trade talks, escalating tensions between the two countries. Although the ad was intended for a Canadian audience, in today's hyper-connected world, messages can cross borders instantly. What starts as a local campaign can quickly become an international flashpoint. This episode highlights a deepening divide. Ontario's pro-trade, cooperative stance stands in stark contrast to Trump's America First doctrine, which prioritizes national interests above all else. Incredibly, a single 30-second TV spot managed to derail months of painstaking negotiations, revealing just how fragile and volatile the situation truly is. The clash goes beyond policy differences. It's a confrontation between two fundamentally opposing worldviews about trade, sovereignty, and international cooperation. Finding a resolution to these disputes will be a complex and challenging process, with no easy answers in sight. For years, Ontario has been on the front lines, fighting back against US tariffs that threaten its economic stability and the livelihoods of thousands of workers. The province's manufacturing sector, especially steel and aluminum, has felt the brunt of these trade barriers, prompting a strong response from both industry and government. When the Trump administration imposed steep tariffs on Canadian steel and aluminum, Canada didn't just sit back. Instead, it hit back with its own tariffs on iconic US products like bourbon, cheese, and orange juice, deliberately targeting goods from politically sensitive states such as Kentucky, Wisconsin, and Florida. This strategic move was designed to put pressure on American lawmakers by impacting their local economies and voters. At the heart of this trade dispute is Ontario's auto sector, which is deeply intertwined with US supply chains. Every day, thousands of parts cross the border, making Ontario's automotive industry especially vulnerable to disruptions caused by tariffs and trade uncertainty. In response, Ontario has ramped up efforts to secure its future by aggressively competing for new electric vehicle and battery plants. The province is offering generous incentives and support to attract global investment, hoping to position itself as a leader in the next generation of automotive manufacturing. By pushing back against US tariffs and supporting its industries, Ontario sends a clear message to automakers and investors. It is committed to defending its manufacturing base and ensuring long-term growth and stability for its workers and communities. However, with trade talks now at a standstill, Canada's counter-tariffs remain firmly in place. There is no clear path to resolution, and businesses on both sides of the border are left in limbo, facing ongoing uncertainty and rising costs. This fight is about much more than just tariffs. It's about protecting jobs, supporting families, and securing the future of Ontario's vital auto industry in an increasingly competitive global market. Yet, with the US currently out of the negotiating ring, Canada finds itself locked in a trade battle with no end in sight, forced to navigate an uncertain landscape on its own. The stakes for Ontario's economy have never been higher. The outcome of this ongoing dispute will shape the province's economic future, its role in North American trade, and the prosperity of generations to come. Tariffs may sound abstract, but they hit home fast. With talks halted, tariffs on steel, aluminum, and possibly cars will stick around, raising costs for manufacturers and, ultimately, consumers. The price of a new car could jump by thousands as automakers pass on higher costs. Everyday goods, appliances, canned food, even beer, get pricier too. These small increases add up, stretching family budgets. Tariffs can also cost jobs. Higher costs make US products less competitive, leading to layoffs. Retaliatory Canadian tariffs hurt US exporters, from farmers to factory workers. In the end, trade wars meant to protect jobs often put them at risk on both sides of the border. Didn't the USMCA fix this? Not quite. The USMCA keeps most trade tariff-free, but it allows tariffs for national security, the loophole Trump used for steel and aluminum. Canada disputes being a security threat, but the rule stands. That's why separate talks were crucial to resolve issues the USMCA can't touch. With talks dead, the dispute drags on, and the USMCA's slow legal process offers little relief. The deal's weakness is clear. It can't stop leaders from taking unilateral action. Stability depends on political goodwill, not just written agreements. When trust breaks down, even the best trade deal can't force a solution. The US is Canada's economic lifeline. 75% of Canadian exports go south. Disruptions like tariffs or closed borders hit Canadian industries hard, from Ontario's auto plants to Alberta's oil fields. US tariffs make Canadian goods pricier and less competitive, threatening jobs and investment. The auto sector is especially vulnerable. A single US tariff could devastate Ontario's manufacturing towns. Canada has tried to diversify trade, but geography and history keep the US as its main partner. Managing this relationship is a constant challenge for Canadian leaders. The current breakdown makes that job even tougher. For Canada, the stakes are existential. Its prosperity depends on stable US trade. With talks off, the status quo, tariffs and retaliation, remains, hurting both economies. The threat of new auto tariffs could trigger a full-blown trade war, disrupting supply chains and sending car prices soaring. The upcoming 2026 USMCA review is now clouded by distrust, risking even more uncertainty. Only political will can break the deadlock. Pressure from businesses and workers may force leaders back to the table. Until then, families and industries are stuck in limbo. The road ahead is uncertain, and the stakes couldn't be higher. North America's economic future hangs in the balance.